Hello guys and welcome back here again. So in this video I want to talk about how the class change item will work. This is not the soulstone, so this is the full reload item where you can change from a whole class to a different one, like completely, like from a berserker to a warlock, or like a berserker to a cloud strider, like a whole full class change. This is a whole reload item. So this item will be in the cash shop, but you can buy this with prismadiums. I am on the test server. The price for this is 6,480. I don't know if this will relate one-to-one in the official. Don't quote me on that and say Ches said it is gonna be 6,000. No, it may change, so don't take this as face value. But if it is 6,400, it is a pretty fair price for what it actually does. So I'm just gonna buy one here, and then I'm gonna show you how this item works and give you all the things you need to know about the full class reroll. So we buy one there for 6,400 prismadiums or gems, whatever currency you have. Once you have that in your inventory, you want to look for this NPC. So head over to your world map, go to Lumeville City over here, teleport to Lumeville. That will drop you in this teleporter over here. And then you want to look for this NPC. This is the account management board. So just track that NPC and it will bring you to this little guy over here. So this is where you're going to be doing your class change. Once you have the item in your inventory, you will see your character conversion here. So this is where you're going to choose which class you want to change to. Now, there is some few things about this class you need to know. For the first time you're changing to a class, for example, this is the first time you want to change from like a warlock to a berserker, it is going to cost you 1 clock. If you want to change now that warlock to a different class, it's going to be your second class change. It's going to cost you 2 clocks. So it is going to add up each time you are doing a class change all the way to 6, which is the maximum. So if you are a serial class changer, yeah, keep that in mind. It gets more expensive each time you are class changing a particular class. This is like on the same character, right? It's character bound. It's per character, not per account. A small caveat though is if you swap to like a berserker and then you end up not liking it, you do have a 7-day grace period where you can swap back to your original class if you hated the class you changed to, and that one won't really increase this conversion count. So you're still gonna remain at 1, like because you didn't really fully reroll to a whatever class. So yeah, the second thing is every time you do a conversion, you're gonna get a 60-day cooldown every day. So you cannot like just keep changing your class. So you get a 60-day cooldown. When you change the class again after the 60-day cooldown, you're gonna get another 60-day cooldown plus another 30. So it is now going to be 90 days cooldown. So this cooldown will be increasing every time you change that character all the way to 180 days, which is the maximum. So it does get really long. And the next thing is, of course, you cannot use these items to class change to a very new class that are just released. For example, the upcoming assassin, you won't be able to change into it immediately. There's usually a restriction period, probably around 2 weeks if I'm not wrong, like what happened to the Mystrix. You couldn't really do the class change immediately. So keep that in mind when you are trying to purchase this to change into the assassin on release. You won't be able to until the restriction period is over. And yeah, again, I've mentioned here that you can change back to your previous class within 7 days for free. You don't really need the item again. It's just in case you regret your decision. And yeah, the reversion is not really counted like a conversion. So the cooldown will not apply to reversion. It's just within 7 days, you can do it. After 7 days, then it's like a permanent thing, and then you hit the full cooldown period. And then we're gonna go to the big one. So the big one is when it comes to your armors and your weapon. So all your epic level 55 gear, your destiny set, will transfer over to the new class. So if you had your warlock destiny set, it is gonna go into the berserker destiny set. 1-to-1 conversion. I'm gonna show you how that looks. So yeah, you're not really gonna be losing anything there. However, weapons are a little bit crazier. Weapons will require you to undergo a different process of transferring it, which is kind of expensive. I am gonna show you guys in a bit. We'll talk about the weapon in a bit. So for the other things like your insignias, your calibration, all of those will transfer over. Your circuits, the stats on your circuit, if you change to a magic class, from a physical class, all the circuits will be converted into magic damage circuits. So if you had physical attack, it is gonna be converted into magical attack. If you had physical crit rate on your circuits, it's gonna go into magical crit rate. So you're not really losing anything, or your build is going to remain exact same as you had on your previous character. And then everything else will transfer, your outfits, or even the insignias that are in your outfits, the one you buy from the cash shop or the redeem tab, those will also transfer into the class that you have transferred to insignia. So you're not really losing that as well. So let's quickly do the class change. I'm going to show you how the armors transfer over, and then I'm going to show you how you're going to do the weapon transfer. This is the battle meta I am on. Now you can see I can choose any class here. I can make a bounty hunter, I can make a gunner, I can make a mistrix. I actually kind of want to make a bounty hunter. Can make a cloud strider, strawbreaker, anything. You can choose anything you want to make here. So in fact, I actually kind of want to try a bounty hunter. There's some things I want to test out. I will swap to bounty hunter. So you have your items there, your clock. You just need one for your first change. So change class, and you can see all your armors are going to go 1-to-1 into your class set. You see, it's full transfer. You're not really losing anything, or the enhancement and everything. So boom. So this will be bounty hunter. It's your new class. The weapon is not gonna change. Only the armors. Okay, the weapon is not gonna change. So there you go. You have now changed to a bounty hunter. Let's check out the gears. You have everything. I'm just going to do a quick recommended build. Everything will change. I'm now a bounty hunter, and then I can use soul stones to do gunner, mistrix, or what, but soul stones don't change your armor, so keep that in mind. And then let's look at the gear pieces. So these are my gear piece. I have all the full set of the bounty hunter. Everything is now full into bounty hunter. The skins and now pistols. See, everything is fully changed into bounty hunter. Now, one thing you notice is the weapon is still the battle maiden weapon. So now we need to change this weapon into a bounty hunter pistol, and this can get expensive. For people who are trying to do this conversion, it's a very high chance you have already invested on the character. That's why you want to do a full reload, not like the soulstone stuff. A full reload means your character maybe has all these plus 15, and if your character has plus 15, then your weapon is probably much really high like this. So this is a Tenebra's weapon on the battle maiden. So it is this one, right? Which is probably most people who are trying to do this are at. So when you're at this and you wanna convert this, now you're gonna do something called soul reconstruction. This is this is completely different. This is now for the weapon. And this is going to require hex chest Deceriums, the 200,000 gold item. And you're gonna need a lot. So let's use this one. So my plus 17 battle maiden, it's going to need 200 Deceriums to transfer into the pistol. So this can get expensive, but you know, you're doing a full reload, so be ready. So you wanna save up your gold, you wanna buy up your Deceriums if you're planning to transfer to assassin eventually, or a particular class once this item comes out. It is 200 Deceriums for this weapon. If you have some Deceriums in prayer, like you're praying for some particular blueprints, it can also include those ones as well. So you can put them in the calculation, right? So yeah, it is 200 Deceriums for this, and this is soul reconstruction. So this is how it's gonna work. Now it is going to destroy this one, right? This will completely be destroyed, and now I'm gonna make it into pistol. The insignias will transfer over, so don't worry about that. And everything else, if you had like fail stacks and fail safes and everything, will transfer over. So yeah, so just confirm this, and you'll see this will become now pistols. And that is how I have done a full reroll. And from a battle maiden, now I can equip this. And now I am a full bounty hunter, fully rerolled. I can equip my weapon insignia, circuit I mean, not insignia, and boom, now you are fully reloaded. You have done your thingy. Now you're a new class and you can start enjoying your thing. So this thing is kind of expensive, so be really sure you actually want to do this, because it can get really pricey. If you are a whale and you have all the gems, I think you don't really care at all. But yeah, for the free-to-play guys, these can get super expensive. So be sure what you want to do, be sure you want to try that class, and yeah. So yeah, so that's how the class change will work, guys. I don't know if this will come with the Assassin release. I believe so, but we don't have a full official confirmation. So keep that in mind. If they delay it a little bit, it's okay. But at least you guys know what it entails, and it should give you time to save up your Hexchance Decidium. So that's like the main thing. It's actually kind of expensive, right? So yeah, thanks guys for watching that small video. I hope you guys will having a great time in Curse of Atlan like I am. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.